Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's another video from Blue Kings Academy. Um, in this video, I want to show you guys how we would have caught such a very big move. In yesterday's news, there was a news around I think 2:30 on US dollar, and bam, GU, EU, and all other USD pairs had this very big spike. And technically, even if you didn't check news or check whatever, you would have caught this very big move. And that's like how many pips? As more like uh, more like let me check it very well. It's more like how many pips? Okay, this move right here about 208 pips. I've got a whole lot of money right here, right? 208 pips, that's a whole lot. Now, to catch a trade like this, even when there's news, simple. If I was on charts yesterday, which was 3rd January, I would have caught this very beautiful move. This move lasted till it's still going up. Got into this area, and this supply zone is actually influencing it to come down. I don't read London session. This is London time right here, so I have to wait till New York to check what's up in the market. And today is NFP, and I got to be super careful, right? Super careful. Here we go. So if I was on charts, if I was on this setup, what I would have done on the daily charts, look at my daily charts, saw the range, the breakout of the range, and the continuation back up, right? On the 4-hour chart, it looks pretty good. Now, we are excluding this this push to the upside. Let's assume it hasn't happened, right? Let's assume it didn't happen at all, right? Let's just take your mind off what you see. You see price has gotten this dip and it's making its way back here, and you can see impulse and retracement inside this region. And then this region, impulse and retracement inside this region is a very delicate region. Every time I want to trade, I normally go to the 4-hour, especially after the daily. I go to the 4-hour to check on what leg are we. Yes, on what leg are we. So we are on the impulse leg. We have the corrective leg, impulse. So we have impulse correction. So as at the time when I normally come to market, which is New York session time, I come 30 minutes before New York open, I would have been at this area with this correction leg. And looking at this whole scenario, very easy to know that this correction leg, after the correction leg, going to have the next as an impulse. And there is a very nice order block right here on the higher time frame. So I will just assume that, okay, there's a possible buy today. So for me to be sure about the buy, I'll go straight to the 15 minutes time frame. I love the 15 minutes time frame. The 15 minutes time frame helps me a lot to identify my liquidity points. Okay, my liquidity points helps me a lot. So where are my liquidity points in this market? So I'm going to show you where they are. Now there is liquidity here, trend line liquidity, enough right here. I mean, retail traders are selling at these points, and they are right here in shorts. Some are holding, and their stop losses are above here, meaning there's a whole lot of stop losses above here, and banks will want to take this out. Now, take note, news is something natural, like based on real life results. So if news is, had it been the US dollar was seen as positive, like, or seen as strong for the news, was strong based on the news, you would have seen this long spike downwards and you would have lost this trade. So it's important when there is a news release, you look at fundamentals before taking any trade, right? But as we see it, it's actually respected the normal technical laws, which is just like, it's only technicals you can be profitable. Technicals and good psychology you can be profitable. You mustn't do a whole lot of fundamentals, but fundamentals is also important. But for me, with technicals, I'm just good. So So this is my liquidity pool right up here. One. Now another liquidity point. All these things are liquidity point I have to. That's first confluence of liquidity. Now at this apex here, this peak or this week of the candlestick, we have what do you call it, liquidity there because it's Asian high. If you check the timing when that candle was formed, that was from 4:30 UTC plus 1 West African time, 3rd February. That was Asian time. So you have to mark this highest point of Asian session. Now remember we are in New York session now, when before the move happened. Like I'm viewing it in the dark perspective. Now the next peak you see is London highs. Previous London highs that just happened. If you check this time, it was 9:30 a.m. That's London session. Now what's the next liquidity point you need to identify? Now this low was London low. Like, so identifying the high and low of your sessions helps you take precise trades. So now I know that, okay, fine, this is a buy because we have liquidity 1, the trend line, liquidity 2, liquidity 3 to clear, and we have one liquidity down. And on market structure, we have seen we are on a corrective leg that is headed towards the major order block we saw right here on the 4 hour. Look at the major order block we saw right here on the 4 hour. Right, this is a major order block right here on the 4 hour. So on the 15 minutes, this is what you see. Okay, 15 minutes what you see. So I'm looking for buys. I'm very bullish. But will I just take a buy? Well, let's say while I'm here, and at this time, this price be this was to 2, and I come to the market by 1:30, right? And this is 1:30 when this week was formed. So I will be watching, and I've drawn everything, and I'll be waiting, and then I'll be waiting for one of the liquidity points to be cleared. Just any liquidity point, no, because I want to buy. I'll wait for the downside liquidity to be cleared. I will not buy when this has not been cleared, because once you buy, it will hit your stop loss and move up. Because price must clear liquidity. It must. Retail traders must lose money. Okay, it's the must for them. Banks are probably doing this. That's why many people lose in forex. So at this juncture, me myself, I won't do anything. You know what I normally do? I will just wait. So price will come clear this liquidity and leave this week right here. You see it. After clearing this liquidity, price will leave this week right here. Knowing that this is actually a news time, I will normally wait till for a BOS to occur. Now it has cleared this liquidity. What's next? Waiting for a break of structure to occur. Now, did any break of structure occur here? If you watch, this is news. Price never came back. Right? Price never came back. But based on my trading rule and everything, I want to see, after it cleared this, I want to see some kind of break of structure, but the volume was too high that would have not worked. So let's see the lower time frame, if there was any sort of break of structure that would have made us enter. This is the 5 minutes. After this boom, there was no break of structure that would have made us enter. Let's say 3 minutes, because I myself, I like entering more on confirmation, right? So as you can see, no real, like, no interesting break of structure that will make me okay say I'll enter the trade. So I would have not traded this, right? I would have not cut this. But most what they call it, most smart money traders would have caught this based on they checked news. Now on technicals you will miss this, trust me. On technicals you will miss this, but if you know how to use your fundamental very well, you will get this. And that is what I really want to start doing this year, right? This year I want to make sure my fundamentals is in full check. Like today is NFP, and I'll make sure my fundamentals is in full check. So let's see how to check fundamentals during times like this. This is, I'm going to make use of Forex Live, right? forexlive.com. Oh. forexlive.com. We have sorry. So you click on I click on economic calendar. That's what I do. Come here straight, click on economic calendar. Sorry about network, is kind of slow. Change time zone. I'm going to use West African time. So we keep going down. Then we see West Africa. This is West African time. ETC+1. And then once we click it, the calendar shows for West African time. So it's loading. Let's assign some patients. So it was 3rd February, right? Thursday. This was Thursday. Minutes. I can't find any of this. Non-farm. This is so much news today, Friday. So much news. So let me check. We don't have it today, tomorrow. Let me check yesterday's news. It's not here. I can see Thursday. There was serious news yesterday. Okay, so let's see. I can't really find yesterday's news on the site, but and there is no. But don't worry. Let's see an instance of today's non-farm period. I'm opening news by 2:30 p.m. right? At 2:30 p.m. there will be a release of non-farm payroll sheet. So now, how to make use of news to trade? Example, something like that. Now we have up here the actual consensus and we have the previous. Look at it, right? Of the actual consensus, actual consensus and previous. Previous is the former reading, right? Previous is the former reading. Consensus is what they are predicting, right? What this site Forex Live is predicting that will happen. So most times what they do predict is to be wrong, what they predict is to be right. So you can't say I use what they predict to hope on it. Example, look at this 8 o'clock news in Germany and that affected the euro, right? See the previous 2.3%, see what they thought would happen 2%, and see what happened 5.5%. I mean, it was bullish. Euro was bullish. Check Euro USD, that's why the spikes increased. All right, so in this scenario, once there's a news, what do? Once the news has not happened, you will just see previous and maybe consensus sometimes. Like this non-farm payrolls opening up. This is the previous 199K. This is what they feel will happen. Mean, there will be a drop in the US dollar. And what will happen will be written here, which is actual. Now it will be blank until the news has happened. Once that time which this site will imprint the value. So if the value is lesser and you're on Euro USD, which I trade, let's say the value is lesser than the previous, let's say 1199K, and the value is like 180K, right? Which is lesser than this. It means Euro USD will be bullish. So what do you look for? You look for buying opportunity. So in a case like this, once you see that kind of thing, that okay, this is going to buy you, and we have cleared this liquidity down, you can be more confident to take a buy after this price comes down. If you know you have cleared liquidity and that is showing that way, take a buy and then maybe aim for the next high or something, just like that. Trust me, just like that. If you always do this, you'll be profitable with trading news events, right? So at this time, you will just check out, okay, by 4:30 so is happening. So I'll have to see, you wait, let this imprint first, then you go back to the chart and wait for a good point of interest that you can take your trade off and then put your take profit in it. Simple, easy peasy, right? My battery is really low and I'll be coming to the end of this video. Next video I'm going to be uploading here on YouTube. We'll be talking about discipline and psychology and this is based on a request from one of my best students, and I'll be honoring this request, and I'll be posting the next video on discipline and psychology. Right, see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Do well to like, subscribe, and share this link of this video to others. See you guys. Thank you for watching.